Hey folks, Gail from Seattle Coffee Gear, and as you can see, we have two machines. I'm going to do a comparison for you guys. We have the DeLonghi Dinamica, which is a newer model from DeLonghi on the market these days, versus the 3200 from Philips Seiko, which is new on the market as well. These two machines are similar in size, capacities, a lot of stuff. The price is a little bit different. Check that out on our website. There's going to be a price difference here, but because they had similar features and size and that, we thought we'd do a comparison. Let's talk about the DeLonghi. First off, right back here is where your bean hopper is, and here's your grinder adjustment setting. You have 7 different settings. You have about 10 ounces, 10.5 ounces of bean capacity. Bypass doser, 1 scoop max. Pre-ground only, no beans, and don't fill it up, just the 1 scoop. It has a nice lid with the UV, kind of a gray to keep the UV out of the beans so they stay fresher, with a silicone seal right there. This machine is fairly compact. Both of these are, they're both very similar when it comes to that. Plastic casing with a little bit of chrome trim down here, here, and the stainless steel grate insert. So water tank right over here, 61 ounces of water right there. Comes out of the front, which is nice. And then the other thing I want to show you while I've got this open here. This is where your brew unit is in the DeLonghi's, and it's a little bit different in that it's a different shape. Does the same thing, but it's a different shape. And I can't take it out. You can only take it out when the machine is off, and this cycles up. You pinch the 2 red things and pull it out, and it's a little more of a boxy brew unit. So that's right there, right behind the water tank. As far as programmability goes, on-off button right up here. And then there's a master button on the back switch for power supply to the machine. Up here on the screen, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. And DeLonghi has an over ice feature, which if you put a glass under here that is got some ice in it, it will compensate for the dilution of the ice versus the coffee. So it's going to make a little bit stronger coffee so that when it's diluted, it makes a really nice drink. And then these are programmable. And if you push 2 and then push this one, it doesn't grind twice, it brews double the volume. So this is set for 1 ounce, it would brew 2 ounces down into your cup. In other words, it would be more water going through the same amount of ground coffee. So it's going to be a little more diluted. Steam arm right over here, and this is a Panarello, unlike a traditional steam arm. It's a Panarello which puts some foam into the coffee. You don't have as much choice with how much foam you're going to get with a Panarello, but what you do have is the capability of making it as hot as you want. You can go as long as you want with that. Spouts up and down, drip tray right here, the typical drip tray, all the insert stuff right there. This one doesn't have baffles to keep it from sloshing on you when you're taking it in and out. So that's something to be aware of. Don't be wearing it like I would. Okay, so you have the 4 programmable. You can change the bean from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like that. And now if I choose that drink, it's going to brew through more ground coffee, which is kind of nice. We like that. So you can make it as strong as you want. Spouts up and down right here. Hot water or steam comes out of here. If you push the steam button over here, it's going to heat up to the proper temperature, and then when you open this, you can steam your milk. If you don't push this, and you open this valve up here, you're going to get hot water out of here. So that is the DeLonghi Dinamica. Let's move on over to the 3200 from Philips Seiko, one of their new lineups. 10 ounces of beans right back here with a 12 setting grinder adjustment knob back here. So you really have a lot more control when it comes to the fineness of the grind. Bypass doser right here. Again, 1 scoop of ground coffee, no more. Don't put water in there, don't put whole beans in there, 1 scoop of ground. It also has the smoked cover for UV, and it also has a silicone rubber gasket around here to keep the beans fresher. Plastic casing with some chrome trim. Again, same idea, nicely done. Stainless steel grate on the drip tray here. Let me take that out and show you. Same story, you know, everything comes apart. The one thing that this one does have is a floater. When this gets full, this floats up and pops its head through the hole in the grate there, which is kind of nice because then it helps you to know, empty me and you won't get all wet. And it also has some baffles in here to keep the water from sloshing back and forth as you're removing it and dumping it. Let's get into the water tank, which is right here. 61 ounces of water. The one thing that Philips has that none of the other manufacturers have is the AquaClean filter. You can purchase an AquaClean filter for this machine, and if you properly change it every 3 or 4 months, and you're going to get a test strip for the hardness of your water, which will prompt you to change it. If you do that, you won't have to descale this machine for 5,000 cups. That's a lot of cups of coffee or espresso. So that's a nice, nice feature. And those AquaClean filters are available on our website. Brew unit, right here. Comes out, whether the machine is on or off, comes out in the same fashion. Rinse this with hot water once a week. Put it back in, and you're good to go. Same thing with the DeLonghi. Rinse it with hot water once a week, put it back in, good to go. Panarello steam arm, very similar to any other Panarello. The one thing on this one is this all comes apart. Take it over to the sink. Same with this. When you get done, take it over to the sink and rinse it out. This machine, I got some of that, when I took the brew unit out, I got some of that lubricant. There's lubricants on the brew units. It's like it's almost like, it's a food grade, almost like a Vaseline-y kind of stuff. It's very good stuff. If by chance with your machine you're not getting good foam, make sure that this little black tip is pointing out of the machine about 1/4 of an inch. If it's pushed back in, you won't get foam. Take a ballpoint pen, put it down in, give it a little push. The other thing is there is a pinhole right at the top of this. If that's obstructed with old milk, again, you won't get foam. So make sure that you keep that part good and clean, and the machine will give you foam really good, real good. Spouts up and down right here. Let's go over what do you want to call it? Menu board? That's what I would call it. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different options. 4 drinks and hot water is the other option. So that is really nice. And over here, let's say I choose espresso. Now I can change how many beans are going to get brewed through. 1, 2, or 3. And then over here, I can change 1, 2, or 3, how much volume goes down into the cup. Let's say you have it up on 3 or 2, you're getting more than you want. You push this button right over here, which is your command button. This is also temperature. You can change the temperature of the drink on this machine, on the fly right here on the menu, which is nice. You can also get hot water or steam out of here. If you choose steam, it's going to blink the lights to bring it up to the proper temperature, and then it's going to steam the milk. If you don't choose that, and you choose hot water, you'll get hot water out of here instead. So that's kind of nice. Again, over here, you'll see number 1 and number 2 on each one of these. If I choose 2, whatever I've picked over here, it's going to grind twice and brew twice. So that's a nice feature. You're not putting more water through the same grounds. You're actually grinding twice. So you're going to get 2 really nice full-bodied shots. That's the good news. So that's the Seiko 3200, the Philips. On-off button right there. And whatever you choose here, then this is the button that says, yeah, go ahead and brew that. So let's make a cappuccino with each one of these machines. I've got the milk already set up right here. I also have a couple of glasses ready to go. So on this one, I'm going to choose steam, and it's going to heat up. And when it's ready, I open this. And now again, with these machines, you are determining the temperature of the milk. It's all up to you. You're not going to determine how much foam, but you're going to determine the temperature. So if you want to use a thermometer, the recommended parameters are anything from 140 to 170. If you heat it up over 170, you're going to scald the milk and it won't taste good. So it's really a preference between 140 and 170. And if you're not using a thermometer, you know, you get to know what the feel is like on the bottom of the cup with your hand. When you can't hold your hand there, it's usually around 150 or so, 155. I would say that made nice foam. Wipe it off. I would typically take it over to the sink though. All right, so let's do a drink. Let's take the beans up pretty stout. Not bad. Pre-infusion, wait time, and then brew. And that's about an ounce. Nice looking shot. By the way, we're using Quill's Blacksmith espresso blend today. Yeah. No art. Not even a good heart. Oh well. Pretty good. I would say I would like it just a little bit hotter. You'd have to make the milk hotter. You can't adjust the temperature of the coffee on this. All right, let's get the Phillips fired up. Steam. Come on. Again, this one is going to, all the lights are going to flash around while it's heating up, and make sure that you have this submerged when it's ready to go. Otherwise, you'll be wearing it if you put it on after it starts steaming. Same with the DeLonghi. There we go. I want to heat these up to about the same temperature when it comes to the milk side. And because you have a temperature control over here, I want to see if the coffee comes out hotter. Okay, that is hot. Make sure you take these and rinse them off though. This is really important because the inside's going to have some milk in it. Similar foam, I would say. Very similar. I can't say that I see a big difference between the two. Okay, about an ounce in the cup, 3 beans, and the temperature's up high. About the same. Pre-infusion, wait time, brew time. On all of them. Most machines have that anymore. No art. I would say that the shot was a little frothier. The bigger bubbles up here, it's not the milk so much as it is the shot. Much hotter. This is a much hotter drink as far as the temperature of the coffee goes. Yes, ma'am, or sir. It's good stuff. So that's the comparison between the Dinamica and the 3200 from Philips Seiko. I would say check out the rest of the specs on our website. As far as physical and what they do is similar. Price point is a little bit different, so check that out. And ask us any questions that you may have in the description down below, or give us a call, email us. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We really enjoy it that we have so many followers. It's great. Thanks a lot for watching. Cheers.